Lyric, great to see you. Welcome to Pop Alternative.
Thank you so much. Good to see you as well.
It's really exciting because, you spend a lot of time, preparing and then you film something and then you play the waiting game. Then people are finally going to be able to see Ironheart. Like, is it sunk in a little bit? Like, it's pretty crazy.
Oh my God. It's been awesome. Last night was amazing. The whole gang was back together after 3 years, and I'm glad we got to soak up all of the love and everything that we put into this show.
So much happens in terms of like a script coming to life, right? Like you read scripts and then you go to production. It's this big kind of scale world, right? What is that script to screen journey like for you specifically with this project? Like reading everything and then getting into production and seeing it come to life, so to speak.
Um, for me, it's two completely different things. You're going into this world or creating it on your own as you're reading the script for the very first time, and the sky is the limit, right? And then, you have a lot of technical things that uh, come together in order to really bring this to life. So it's so much that goes into this process, whether it ends up looking different or it's exactly how you imagined it. Like you never know where it's going.
To kind of add to that, obviously, like people are going to think about, superheroes and Black Panther and everything, but there's a lot more here. There's, there's a family component, there's a big, good story here. Is that evident when you're reading the scripts for this? That yes, like the focal point in a lot of ways will be the superhero kind of Marvel and everything, but there's a lot more at play with these scripts as well.
Yeah. I don't know. For me, it's like I'm rediscovering a whole lot of things
Yeah.
as we're, going through the process of creating and developing. So what I thought I knew actually ended up not being the case
Mhm.
once, it all came to fruition.
Yeah, absolutely. There's always going to be learning experiences, though, whether we've been on a set one time or thousands of times. I'm sure there were many learning experiences on a project like this, but is there one or two that come to mind specifically from an acting storyteller perspective that you'll be able to bring for future projects?
Hmm. I guess I would say expect the unexpected. That's
Yeah,
one of the main things.
that's a great one.
Like,
Absolutely. A great answer.
yeah, yeah. We had a lot of moments like that, where I keep saying this, like it started off one way and we knew how it was gonna go. We
Yeah.
knew how everything was gonna turn out, and it ended up being something far greater than what we prepared for or what we imagined. So always or actually I was maybe not expect the unexpected, but expect very, I don't know how to say that. I was gonna say expect nothing, but maybe that's not how we
Well,
should
that's
go about
film and
things.
TV, right? You show up and like everything could like change and like it's so quick, right? So what you're saying is kind of the nature of the beast, so to speak, right? Like that will
Hmm.
happen regardless,
Yeah,
which
yeah,
is
that's better. How you said it.
no,
I like
absolutely.
that.
Um, I have my filmmaker hat on, Lyric, when I ask you this question because I know about this and I don't know about you, but like at some point, you started acting and like you like we all like are were fans of content and we got inspired to do this and be storytellers, but I watch things a lot different now, now that I make them, and I'm wondering when I was like 10 or 15, certain movies or certain films, like how would I be like if I was making film, like different perspectives. So we might see a scene with your character, that might be like, or any character in Ironheart, that might be like a 2 or 3 minute scene on
Mhm.
runtime, then it goes to the next scene. But I know that there's a chance that that scene took like maybe the whole day or like 2 days to film. When that
Mhm.
happens, do those big scenes feel like their own mini project, mini movie, or do they overall feel part of the big project? Because it's interesting to think about.
Yeah. For me, they feel like a part of the big project overall.
Yeah.
Um, there are some moments where it's like, okay, this is this is bigger than what I thought it was going to be because
Yep.
there's so many, minor details that mean so much and people may not even catch it in the first run watching it. Um, so yeah, I guess it could feel a little bit of both, its own movie, its own um lesson in a sense.
Absolutely. I know it's all storytelling. I know it's project to project, different worlds, different characters. I'm curious how separate are past projects for you compared to something like Ironheart? Like, do you bring mindsets or preparations from something like This Is Us to something like this, or are they completely separate once you wrap them?
You know what? I had a lot of people to talk to from TIU, which is great, about this kind of new journey. That's really what it was. I was going into a completely different world. And I didn't necessarily know how to navigate that, with being on a melodrama show for the past, what, 5 years at that point, and I
Yeah,
wasn't really doing anything else other than that. So I didn't know how to just jump out of that, you know what I
yeah.
mean?
Hmm.
Out of that rhythm and that style. So I talked to a few people and people like Sterling, they were willing to just reach out and give me as many pointers as possible. Um, and just, one of the main things was to relax and trust the process, and be patient with the adjustment.
That's a really well said. Yeah, absolutely. I do feel like all you can do is take it day by day. Even though it's
Mhm.
kind of hard, you know what I mean? But like
Yeah.
it I think you take it day by day. You're doing press, people are going to see the show, but it's like one step at a time, right? Are you
Yeah.
starting to prepare yourself a little bit that the fact that it's like one day it's out of your hands and then the other day it's like out of your hands and people are going to be able to see it on Disney Plus. It's hard to like not think about those things, but like what do you think about
Yeah.
that? Like it's crazy that people are going to be able to see it soon.
Yeah. I'm thinking about it all the time
Yeah.
now. Like
Yeah.
I don't know how to I guess escape from it. Like this is a huge thing, right?
Yeah.
And you kind of just you could open your phone and you'll see a whole bunch of stuff on this Marvel in general. So yeah, it's like I gotta find certain things to just to stay zen and just be out of that loop because you get great responses from people and not so great responses.
Yeah.
So just to protect yourself in that way, like I got good people around me. I got good folks. So
Yeah.
keeping them close, um, I think that has been more so
Mhm.
my escape when this type of stuff happens.
Absolutely. And I can't wait for people to see your performance in Ironheart and Disney Plus. Congratulations. And an
Thank you.
exclusive right now, I can't wait for people to see your Popternative magazine digital cover, which is going to come out at some point as well. So, a lot of things to look out for with Lyric Ross. So, it's so
Yeah,
exciting.
man.
Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Do you have there's Instagram if people want to keep up to date with everything, right?
Oh, well, my Instagram is just Lyric Nicole Ross.
Awesome.
That's
So they
it.
can check that out. Well, this has been Pop
Mhm.
Turn. youtube.com/PopTurn for previous episodes. Until next time, this is Lyric Ross and PD Beats signing off.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.